Welcome to my wrap up show. So, for everybody tuning in, first, I want to give you guys something special that I don't give my Twitter followers, I don't give my Weibo followers, I don't give my platform members. Right now, I'm giving you the direction of Bitcoin and what to expect later this week. Okay. So, here's my tracker for that MSTR, which is MicroStrategy. It's owned by institutions. It should have went up today with the market, which was gangbusters. It did not. They were selling off. So then I looked at the chart a little more carefully and I decided that the institutions are unloading their micro strategy right now. So that's just my opinion. I happen to think wherever Bitcoin's at right now, 50,000, something to that extent, whatever the max pain is, and you could probably Google this shit, okay? You look up max pain, Bitcoin options expiring Friday, August 27th, okay? And whatever it tells you the range is, that's where Bitcoin's going to end up. I know I thought it was BS. I watched it for a couple of months, whether it was like April, then May, then June. I'm like, bullshit that they're going to get this right. But every time, Bitcoin's either manipulated up or manipulated down. So let's talk about manipulation, okay? Because that's what I wanted this episode, or at least the start of it, to be about. So everybody understands what the hell is going on in the market, okay? So let's talk about Morgan Stanley came out this morning and they said Uber is one of their top choices other than the FANG stock. So we all know what the FANG stock is, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Apple. So they said, other than that, other than those beasts of companies, right, that are worth $1 trillion or $2, they're saying they like Uber. Uber that loses money, Uber that just had a court, the California court turn against them and say instead of contract workers, they need to be considered employees. So now all their drivers supposedly need to be considered. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars trying to get this decision in their direction. So understand, when Morgan Stanley comes out pre-market this morning, when Uber's down 5.5% and say they really like Uber, Uber's the next best thing since applesauce or sliced bread, it's bullshit. It's them trying to steal your money. All right, let's go to Robinhood today. I don't have a position in Robinhood. I don't have a position in Uber, but Robinhood came out with a bunch of ratings this morning pre-market. JP Morgan put Robinhood at $35. Others put Robinhood at $55 and $60. There were more positive comments about Robinhood than there were negative comments. But it's so funny. How can two really smart banks like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan just have such contrary opinions about Robinhood, the stock? They know what it should earn. How is that even possible? Because it's manipulation. So what do the institutions want to do? I've said it before, okay? So help me God. Here we go. Institutions, they want to steal from you. They want to scare you. They want to control the way you think. So when I talk about the psychology of trading, they want to make your mind think that something's happening, so you sell off into the market. And when they say you, they're not talking about you specifically, the dude that owns 100 shares or 200 shares. But when you put 10,000 of you together or 100,000 of you and you each own 100 shares and you all scare sell within 15 minutes or the same time, it makes the stock look like shit. That's what they're here to do. They're here to stake your money. So I'm here to educate, I'm here to teach, and I'm here to prepare you for the lies that you're being told by the market. I'm here to help you change the way that you trade and help you secure profit. Because if you don't, you're going to ride the elevator up and you're in the profit and you're like, I'm up 40%, and then you're down 40%. All right, so let me just get to my recap, and then I'm going to go over some slides. But the slides today and the lessons today are all about lessons. It's about showing you how I see demand, what to look for in certain charts, and then when they pop a couple days later, saying, I knew they would. So my recap will be from Thursday. Thursday, I did my last YouTube. I went into Friday. I said I had one position, which were puts on the UVXY, saying the market would be green on Friday and the UVXY would go down. I made a prediction it would go down 10 to 12%, which it did. I nailed it. 10, 11, 12%. I made 161%. Along the way, I mentioned certain stocks, okay? Ones that have high institutional ownership. So I mentioned how they dip each day, and I mentioned this on YouTube again, Wednesday, Thursday. Again, I'm only cutting YouTube down to Monday and Thursday going forward. So when you're looking for the lessons, I hope you tune in. I hope you watch the replay. I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe. These are all goals that I have in mind, okay? But I'm trying to provide you guys content. So what else? I made a risky investment on Friday, the SPY. I put it out there, transparency. I cleared 71% in 90 minutes. So my point about that is you don't have to get in the market at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 10:30. You can let the market settle. When the market settles and you understand a clear sense of direction, make your one trade. I told a lifetime member today, he's struggling with FOMO, and I said to him, please Just do 3 winning trades this week. Pick an entry point, secure it, exit out, get your profit, and call it a day. Make $150. Dude has like north of 20,000 in his trading account, has north of 100,000 that he has access to. But the point is, I want him to feel like a winner. So let's skip right to my lesson. I wasn't going to do this lesson today, but the whole point, psychology behind trading. I want you all to understand what it feels like to be a winner. So when I tell you, execute one trade and call it a day. Make 150, make 200. If you have a larger account, make 1,500, make $1,000. I don't give a shit. Call yourself a winner. You're done trading today. Me, for my platform, I decided I was going to give out 1 winning trade per day. And that's it, because everybody else is all over the place. Where's your alert for this? Where's your alert? So I made a section over the weekend, and I call it Matt's Daily Trades. So this morning, pre-market, I said I was going to enter into this position, a put position on Bilibili, a Chinese company, right? And it was up. Sorry, it wasn't pre-market. It was as the market opened. It was up 4%. And I said, if it goes up 6.5%, I'll get these put options for $125 per contract. What happened within the next 10 minutes? It went up to 6.5%, north of like $70 and change. Somebody sold me their put contracts with a $67 strike for $1.25. As soon as I bought them, I went on my platform and I said, now that I bought them for $125, I'm going to go and turn them around, and I'm going to sell them for $160. And then I changed my mind. I said $165. And then I changed my mind and I said $168 I'm going to get 36% profit. Now, why did I change my mind? Because as I teach you guys to nibble, instead of $160, I got $168 per contract. I made an extra $16. I only had 2 contracts. It wasn't a killer position, but it was a winning trade. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to secure profit. So I had 2 contracts. I made $48, I think, per contract, $96. Call it a day if you have a small account. You just made $100. Wait for the trade tomorrow. Enter in, exit out, secure profit. If you're not using a cash account, you should be. But if you're not using cash account, like I'm going to show you a slide, this individual used up 3 day trades on Friday, but he secured 75% for his small account. So he can't trade the small account for 4 more days without executing a day trade. The point is, he made 75% in 1 day. So that's killer. Okay, I did have a couple more lessons that I wanted to share. Now that we're doing YouTube less often, I want lessons. So what else? All right, we did two more trades that I did on Friday. If you don't like to hear about lifetime members, cover your ears. But Romeo, who's been on this YouTube with me, live stream a couple times, went out and he said American Express, he bought just some, whatever they were, $60 contracts on Friday, and he paid $7 per contract. Okay, they expired Friday, so I can't help that. So when he said $7, I did what you guys do. I put in for a cheaper ask, right? I put in for $6. I'm sorry, cheaper bid. I put in for $6. Now, as soon as I bought my contracts, right, 20 of them, $120, not killer, I said I'm going to sell these contracts for $10 a contract. So I took my contracts, I put them up there for $10 a contract. Within 20 minutes, somebody paid me $10 a contract. Now, 2 things. First, it went all the way up to $15 a contract. I could have returned 150% on that trade. I sold them at $10 a contract. I made $4 profit per contract that I spent $6 on. I made 66%. So when I tell you guys it's about the percentage gain, I don't care if you're trading $100, $100,000. If you can make 66% on the money you have invested, that's a hell of a return, okay? So anyway, that's one. I gave out a lottery play on Friday to lifetime members. Again, if you don't hearing about lifetime members, don't listen. But Plug was under $24, and I said, I think Plug can go to $24.20. I bought these options. I think I paid $11 per contract. As soon as I bought them, I went and I wrote to sell them at $20. So I paid $11. I'm selling them for $20. I'm making $9 over $11. I'm making 88%. So what happened 30 minutes later? Somebody bought my Plug contracts for $20 per contract. So when I tell you it's important that you get in at the right price, if I didn't get in at $11, I got in at $14, let's say, and I sold at like $19 instead of $20, you're making 33%. Instead, I made 88% because I got in at 11. I knew as soon as I got in, I was going to sell them for $20, a nice flat number. All right, so I've mentioned this lesson before, a notebook, meaning every time you mess up something, when you have FOMO, okay, when you pay too much, when you sell too soon, when you average down too soon, Whatever mistakes you make, write in a notebook. Now, here's the catch. The same thing is true when you do something good. I don't want to make it negative and everything's negative in life and this and that. I don't want your notebook to be something you hate looking at. I want it to have positives as well. So, say you do something great today. In fact, I spoke to a lifetime member this morning who got in the position of Plantier options when the stock was at $24, bought calls. They paid like 90 cents. They sold them for $1.50, I think, making like 2/3, so 66%. Then they said to me, I bought the same options back for $1.05, and I'm going to sell them for $1.60 again. So I said, you know what? Take out your notebook. That's a positive that you did there. Write it down. You're making sense. If you do something good and you keep writing it down, when it comes time to look in your notebook, you're going to be like, I'm really good at executing these trades, at securing 25% profit and doing it 3 times a day on the same stock. All right, the next lesson. We've done this before. A cash account. You need to use a cash account. You need to be able to do day trades, meaning enter into a trade and secure a profit. Because right now, the market is bipolar, meaning it'll shoot up besides for today and Friday. Today and Friday were like a godsend. If you were struggling in a position, hopefully you averaged down correctly the last week and you got out with profit, because Friday and today were great things. Why did it happen? Number one, the Fed might not be easing as soon as they said it or they were going to. They're going to be in Wyoming this Friday. I don't think they're going to talk about it that much, but we'll listen. But the market doesn't think that they're going to ease buying until January. That's number one. Number two, Pfizer vaccine got approved today. Okay. So it had official FDA approval. That means the market was going to be strong. The Dow was going to be strong. So I already said tech was going to be stronger than the Dow. The Dow was going to be strong. So yeah, today that's what happened. Do I expect the same thing tomorrow? I'm going to give my opinion about the market tomorrow right before I get out of here today. Now, the last lesson is I was on fire going up until like probably mid-June. And I'm not saying I'm not on fire, because I am again. But the whole point was summer months are volatile. So when I've told you guys, light volume, anything can happen, crazy swings up, crazy swings down, market is harder to gauge. You think it's going one way, it goes another way. So here's the good news, the last lesson. I'm going to be on fire. Maybe it's going to be 3 more weeks, but I'm going to win every single day. And I'm going to be on YouTube again talking about the stocks that I'm winning on every day. And if you're on my platform, you're going to be privy to those stocks, because I'm going to show you some slides on how we're doing the platform and slides on how to educate you on what you're looking for in certain stocks. So please, I know for a fact I've got 16 slides today. Everything means something, and then I'll get to questions. But pay attention, please. I'm asking. I'm not telling you. I'm asking. Please understand, every post that I make has a lesson. So I'm going to explain it, and hopefully you guys get it, and I'll go quicker on some. All right, let's see some slides, Johnny. All right, so here's the new layout. New layout because people were getting confused. I've got my market update, my market lessons, and my trade of the day. Point is, if you sign on and you only want my trade of the day to see what the hell is going on, all right, I'm only 1 for 1 under this new platform. 100%. I plan to have a winning trade tomorrow. Point is, you go right to the trade of the day. If you've got an extra downtime, you want to learn some lessons, go to the lessons. Probably has 4 postings per day. You're like, oh, is that what that means? And then market direction. It's there for everybody. Let's get another slide up there, please. This is great. One of the lifetime members made a comment. Best day in weeks today. Having unlimited trades. Cash account makes it so easy. All right, let's go to another slide, please. All right. So when the market's turbulent, that's when I kick ass. I mean, that's just the truth. I kick ass when the market's turbulent. I had some TDOC options. Somebody else wrote this down, but I'm in the same freaking place. Microsoft, they returned 260%. UVXY, 40%. I returned 160. So we all kill it in different capacities. Let's get another slide up there. Again, there are some lessons coming. Here's one right here. So episode 14, I speak about stepping out of shit. So this gentleman, I think he had like 1,000 shares of AI. AI was down. He was down, 100 shares. He was down $1,300. So we got him to sell his AI stock at $46. When it went down to $44, I told him he should be buying $4,000 worth of AI options that expire in January. Leap options. So when AI trickles back up to 55 or even higher, he's going to be profitable. So instead of still losing $1,100, $700, $500, he's going to be profitable $1,500, $2,000. So again, if you're in a shitty stock, episode 14, watch it. It's killer. Next slide, please. All right, and this is the dude I was talking about. So thank you so much. Dude started the day with $200. He made 3-day trades. So now he's saying to himself, I'm going to wait 5 days. Let's go forward. He made 75% in the trade. Let's go to the next slide, please. Here it is. He made 75% on the day. Started with 200, ended the day with 353. He said he's not going to trade for 4 days, but I happen to know he got in one of my other positions, PXD, and he had to hold overnight, and he's successful there. Let's go to another slide. Here are my lessons. Nope, not yet. UVXY, I mentioned this already. Let's go on another slide. All right, so the last 3 stocks I had mentioned, I think I dropped this one today. Point is, if you're struggling, I've been talking about Edit on YouTube. Edit was like $58, $57. It spiked all the way to $66 today. TDOC went down to 134, 135, then 137. It hit 146 today. PXD, only 2 days ago, was 137. It hit 145 today. So the point is, if you're struggling, please pay attention to YouTube. I talk about certain stocks. I talk about institutional ownership of these stocks. So on down days or green days, these stocks generally move higher. All right, let's get another slide up there, please. All right, SPY calls. This is me being transparent to my platform. I bought these SPY calls. Now pay attention because you have to have strategy. When you buy an option, I bought the SPY. I said it was going up. This was Friday. I paid 94 cents. Now my game plan was I could get 200 to 300% if I'm correct in the most positive way. And if I was wrong, my loss would have been like 30%. So my return was like 10 to 1 in my mind, which is why I went ahead. I think I made 71% on these options. So it wasn't 100, wasn't 200, but I was damn happy with 71%. And I don't mind sharing as I enter into it because you're only as transparent as the shit you share and the trades you share. If my stuff goes bad, I want people to know, hey, there's ways to deal with it and ways to move forward. Let's go to another slide, please. Now let's keep going. This is another stock I mentioned. Another stock, CRCT. I think it's up today. Again, another slide. That was a stock only. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to ask you guys to zoom in on this. You could see 5 straight days of inflow for CRCT. It actually crossed $28 today. Our entry point was $26.68. Okay, so let's say $1.32. What is that? Like 5% in 2 days. But you can see there's inflow and demand every day. So this is what I look for in a stock. So this is one example. Let's get to another slide. I think I have a couple of these. Okay, now I zoomed in here, okay? So volume before earnings was extremely light for this stock. I haven't told you the stock yet, all right? But now you could see the W was there, so you could see there was rebound. There was heavy selling after earnings. Then somebody was buying, forced it up. Then there were weak hands again. But the volume is still significantly stronger than the previous couple of weeks, which is telling me this stock is going to spike soon. Let's get the next slide up there, please. Figure out what the stock is. Okay, there it is. SGFY. What do you see? Institutional ownership is over 100%. So the only way this stock goes down is if institutions decide to sell it. If institutions decide to keep buying, the stock will only go up. Let's get to another slide, please. And here it is right here. So it was 25.17. You could see it turning around. I want to see where the stock went today. I'm assuming it went up. It looked a little expensive for me this morning, so I did not enter into it. Okay, it finished up 3.75% at $26 flat, and it's up 1.23% after hours. So I would be looking for this stock to come down. Already, it seems to be making its way north. Again, I need to have the best entry. So this was the stock that I was holding out till Monday, but I couldn't enter in because it was too expensive for me this morning. So I'm still holding. But this falls within the other 3 that I've been talking about. Let's get another slide up there. Edit, TDOC, that stock. Okay, here's another. Look at the bottom of the chart, okay? Can you guys see the U or the V clearly? You can see what outflow looks like. They were selling this cryo stock. Now, cryo meaning they keep things cold. So with all these wildfires in the Midwest breaking out, in California, huge fires, I don't know what they're going to be used for, but I know they do cold storage units. I know they're used for the vaccine as well. So this stock has demand again. I'll be selling this stock probably north of like $70. All right, another slide. I just want to show you the demand, though. You can see the demand on the bottom. All right. Hey, look at that. You guys all are still alive. We all made it through the slides. I know people like when I have guests on because there are no more slides. So just to go on, new where we're doing this. I'm here Mondays and Thursdays only. I'm going to try and give you guys as much content as possible. We're going to try and come up with some other videos on how to make money because everybody needs to make money in this crazy community. So we're going to see what we can come up with for you guys that actually makes sense and add value to subscribing to the channel. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, maybe we'll put up one of those subscribe buttons or a bell or something cool like that. But make sure you hit the like button if you actually think you're getting content. If you don't think you're getting content, hit the don't like button. Again, I care, but I really don't care. It's all analytics. The more eyes on my video, the more people will be seeing it. The more people seeing it, the more people will probably be tuning and subscribing, okay? I really want this to do much better or do better in general. There are 30 million new traders out there. I want so many eyeballs on it. So I can ask you guys again, if you find this good, if you find value here, if I'm only going to be here twice a week or 3 times a week, please share this video with somebody. I'll post it on the platform. I'll post it on Twitter. I'll let you guys retweet it, whatever it is. But let's get to some questions. I know you guys come here. You want to know what I think about certain stocks. Do I hold them? Do I buy them? Are those options good? What's going on with the market? Oh, I haven't given my prediction yet. Take a second. All right, so here's the prediction. Here we go. The market is crazy on fire right now. The SPY keeps going up. Friday, today it's going up. All-time highs. It's not going to go up forever. Nothing goes straight up. So now we've had 3 straight days of pretty significant inflow, and I'm waiting for the market to find an excuse to sell it off. So I don't know, and you guys should do your own research here. When Biden's speaking this week, when Powell is speaking this week, what numbers are coming out, job numbers or any other type of numbers. Now, I'm not saying the numbers will be bad. I'm saying the market is like walking on eggshells right now. So in my opinion, the mic sucks. Well, that sucks. All right, anyway, I'll try and fix that. Maybe it's not plugged in well. So in my opinion, as far as the market goes, it's waiting for an excuse to throw up on itself. It's waiting for an excuse to pull back 5 or 10%. It's going to happen sometime before the heavy volume gets trading, okay? If it takes till like September 15th or something like that, I would be shocked. But I think sometime sooner, I'm not sure what the news is going to be, but the market is going to overreact to some news. So my prediction, if you zoom out, is the market is going to sell off at some point. Is it happening tomorrow? Probably not, because we just ended at all-time highs today. So I'm going with the flow as long as it happens, and that's how I'll base my trades off of. However, in the back of my mind, I've got my emergency plan ready. I've got my emergency plan to sell certain stocks and certain options if things get scary, okay? I would rather be on the sidelines. It's easier to make money than it is to lose money and try and make it back. It's always easier to miss a trade because there's always another trade. So let's get to some questions that you guys have about different thoughts. Okay, Cano, that's a health system down here in South Florida. They just went public through the use of a SPAC. I think the SPAC was JAWS, JAWS. They went public at $10. They shot up to, I believe, 15, back to 12, maybe 13. Let's see where it's holding right now. And I thought it was actually 12, and then they shot back to 11. Then they might have went to 9. So, yeah, I mean, there was definitely some buying for the last 4 days, which is crazy because 2 of those days there was outflow. So that only told you. So here's the thing. If you see your stock go up and there's outflow, like Cano right here for the past 2 days. So let's go back to not today. Let's go back to Thursday and Friday. Thursday and Friday, the stock was going up, even though the market went down on Thursday and then went up on Friday. The stock was going up and people were selling their shares. There was outflow. So that tells you as soon as there's inflow, like a day like today, instead of just going up or just hanging around there, it's probably going to have a nice angle up. And if you look at it, it went up 8% today. So yes, you only needed 1 day of inflow. Volume was still light. It was just under 3 million. If you ever get a volume day of 6 million, Cano will spike north of $14, which would be like 30%. So that shit can happen in a week. Yeah. So it kind of looks good. Yeah, it looks like a nice chart. Let's get to another question or comment, please. Benny, awesome, bro. 267% gain on the UVXY today. So people say to me, dude, UVXY, you only play it when it spikes, but that's not true. When both markets are green like they were today. Now, granted, today was a very strong day. But the UVXY went down 10 to 12% yesterday. So today, you would expect it to go down 6 to 8%, which is what I told Platform pre-market. I said I expect the UVXY to go down 6 to 8% today. Now, the great thing about 6 to 8% is if you have puts and you entered into them this morning and the UVXY goes down 6 to 8% today, you probably made 75% on your puts. So yeah, if you were with me on Thursday, which is the last YouTube, and I said I was carrying only one position. In fact, I even tweeted that. I'm like, listen, if you want to know the one position I'm carrying to Friday, and I could have looked like such a jackass. Imagine if the market tanked on Friday, the UVXY spiked to 30. Everybody was saying, no wonder I wouldn't watch this guy. He just told me he had one position. He's probably living in a shack now. Point is, not living in a shack. I know exactly when the smart bets are, and I'm glad some of you jump on. It's great. So good job, Benny. All right, let's get another best clips to watch. Okay, I've mentioned this before, but since you asked, I'm going to mention it again. Grab a notebook. Ready? Options 3, 8, 27, 37, 42, and 47. And then if you're in a shitty stock position, episode 14. We also have 2 or 3 episodes that we had $1 million days. I don't remember them because that's not what's important. What's important are the lessons that you guys are learning, or the episodes where I explain the lessons the best. So thank you so much for asking, dude. If you have the time and put in the effort, that'll be great. All right, thoughts on that's got to be Target expiring this Friday and or next Friday. Let's just put that out there. So I don't really know. I don't have Target on my watch list. Target, I'm looking at the 1 month. Okay, so they had earnings. They had a dividend and earnings, and they sold off into the earnings and dividend pretty hard, which just happened on 8/18, which is last week. Then you had 2 inflow days, but understand Thursday and Friday is when the market turned around, so anything would have inflow days like that. Today, there was a selling day. Even though the market was strong, they were selling this stock. So no, I would not be happy owning Target. It doesn't mean that I'm correct. I look at a chart, and I try and give you guys in my opinion. So in my opinion, if someone birthday gifted me Target puts or calls right now, I would say, hey, please give me some puts, all right? Because I think Target's going down. And if I had calls, what I would do is I would say, okay, let me see if it can spike tomorrow. If it spikes tomorrow, it might go as high as 254 or 255. I'll guess 254. So if it spikes to 254 and it goes up $1.50, I will get out of my options instead of just selling them at what they are now. If you can get $400 now and it goes up $1.50, you could probably get an extra 20%. So you never scare sell anything, even if you think you're wrong about it. When you enter into a position and you think you're wrong about something, just figure out the best exit plan. You don't have to be a scaredy cat and sell and take like a huge loss. You can go, no, that shit will still spike. I'm just going to be wrong about the direction. But when it spikes, I'll get out at 59 cents instead of 79 cents. I'll take a 2% loss instead of a 23% gain. Whatever it is, as long as you have a strategy and execute, that's what it's about. Let's get another comment. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. All right, is it a good idea to get puts on Roblox? That's interesting because there's been a fight on Roblox back and forth. Now, the person who had puts on Roblox, he had them going into earnings. It wasn't like a friend of mine or something like that, but I read and I saw different trades that executed where someone bet $8 million that Roblox would go down from 85 to potentially as low as 75, and they were correct. So when Roblox goes to 75 or 74 the day after earnings, they sell their position. So no one's going to be forcing Roblox down. Now, we've had a couple of strong days in the market right now. And if you look at Roblox, it's extremely light volume. Again, today wasn't so light. But yeah, I mean, if the market stays strong, Roblox will pass 90. However, if what I'm concerned about is the market just seems too frothy. So if it is frothy, and I could be early there, Roblox can go to 90 before it goes back to 80. But I definitely see it could go to like 80 or something like that. I love the company. Everything in the market looks like so frothy. But again, every high volume day is a positive for this company. So I would stay away from puts on Roblox. I would rather you be on the side. If you like puts, find a more volatile company that does not have earnings and do puts on that company. And then if the whole market throws up, that company will go down even worse. All right, let's go to another one. Matt, Chris, dude, every time 2 T's, bro, 2 T's. It's like undercooking bacon, instead of like it being crispy, it'd be like being like soggy. That sucks. Heard a rumor that Trick could go to 80 next month. Yeah, that's the dumbest rumor. So let me talk about TRIT. I spoke and I said it's going to end up around $5 on Friday because that's when options expire. And there were options on the north side of $5 and south side of $5. So max pain for everybody that was selling options would be $5 exactly. And I think the stock finished at $5.01. So I know people have options on this company. And talk about a company doing effed up things. They're supposed to come out with their earnings from the fourth quarter last year. No, maybe it was like the previous year. They were supposed to come out in like April, May, June, July. What are we, August now? Supposedly, I'm hearing rumors it could be like September, October. And then who's going to believe their numbers? Not me. Now, the great thing about this company is nobody's buying or selling the stock. It has like a volume of 100, 200, 300,000. Company used to do 6 million months ago, like February. Then it did 3 million a day. Then it did 1 million a day. If I wanted to manipulate this stock, I could probably push it down to $3 a share. Someone would need to give me like $15 million. But yeah, we could probably push it down. All right, let's get another one up there. Another question. Cat B. Dude, I don't even know what that is. Cat B. It sounds like it would be Caterpillar B options or something like that. Cat B. And it's Catabias Pharmaceutical. Ooh, okay. I mean, there's been some heavy volume, which was probably yesterday. It probably did like 10 times the volume. It has terrible earnings per share. It has a small market cap, a small float. Yeah, you know, this seems like a manipulated stock, and I'd probably stay the heck away because right now it's $8.80. It went up 16% today. But who's to say a week from now, and this would be my guess if I was going to look at this company, I would say a week from now, this company will probably be $7.50, if not lower, like 3-4 trading days. I would just have to close my eyes because it could go up in the interim. But these stocks that they play around with always go down. So I'd stay away from that one. Just a personal opinion. If you have more information than me on these companies and you think I'm wrong, that's fine. As long as you guys do your due diligence, I'm only trying to give my input. I'm by no means trying to badmouth anybody's company or give props to anybody's company. I think Jim Cramer is like probably the biggest sell out there. He wants to be an ape, but he wants to be a suit. He did a video once where he basically came on and said when he worked for a hedge fund, he would manipulate a stock, which is exactly what I told you at the beginning of this live stream. I told you 2 stocks got heavily manipulated, all right? Uber was one of them, where Morgan Stanley comes out on the day that the court rules against Uber. It's going to cost them hundreds of millions of dollars. Lyft as well. Morgan Stanley comes out and says, that's the best stock. If you skip Facebook, Apple, Google, FANG, right? Netflix. So you take out FANG. What's their next favorite stock? Uber? Are you effing kidding me, Morgan Stanley? I mean, that's just some shit. Yeah, I mean, come on, people. I know there have been like a few hundred eyeballs here and there. I ask you one thing. If you're getting content, take 1 second. Just hit the like button, the thumbs up button. Again, analytics are what shows my video to other people. And the more you guys share, the more you learn. So I appreciate that. Anybody that actually shares my video, I appreciate that. You make a like, I appreciate that. You're getting good content out of here, and you want to tell me one thing about today's video that really stuck out to you, I read that shit. So please take the time. Tell me what it is. Okay, so I got one more that I see here. CAR. I don't know what car is. So let me get car up here and see what that is. CAR is Avis. Okay, so I mean, I'm looking at the chart for Avis, and I'm sure it looks like an airline chart and a cruise ship chart. But why should Avis go up? Who the heck is renting cars from Avis right now? All right, not me. And there are people on the beach, but now there's what? There's that one app that you could use. You could pay like nothing, or you can get like a Maserati or a Lamborghini or whatever you want. That's crazy. But let me look at it. Let me look at the 3-month. I mean, the 3-month, again, cars looks like it's at its high. If you look at a 3-month chart, it's peaking. Now, understand the market's peaking. So if you think the market's going to go even higher, then yes, cars probably looks good. However, there's been 3 straight selling days of car stock. So outflow days, even though the stock goes higher. That would make me worried because all you need is one institution to sell a lot of shares. But it doesn't look like they're doing that. It looks like the retail traders are pushing the stock up, which is crazy. Yeah, I mean, risk versus reward. I mean, it looks rewarding if you're in at $78, but at $91, I'm not going to lie. Cars looks expensive. Let me see if I have any other questions. Nope, you guys are great. Thank you so much for being here today. If you really want to help me out, share the link. Just wait for this to be posted. Share the link with some friends. Be like, hey, just do me a favor. Even if you don't watch this shit, and I think it's good stuff that I bring you, but be like, send it out to your friends or two, and just be like, hey, either watch or don't. But if you subscribe to YouTube, just give a thumbs up. This guy's trying to get other people to watch his videos. He's good and he means well because those are all facts. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.